We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome on to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SidescrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Wednesday to you. Yes, it is officially Wednesday. We are here. We are at the midweek hump. We've got it right. Blabs, I'm positive 100% that today is in fact Wednesday.
It actually is. Not yesterday and not tomorrow, but today. And why did you put those glasses on? You did not have them on 2 seconds ago.
Yes,
Rachel.
I've literally had them on the entire time we've been speaking.
No, you didn't. Don't josh me.
I've literally had them on the entire time.
No.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. Don't try. You're literally trying to josh me right now.
No, I'm not.
Haven't.
Blabs, I am being dead serious.
No,
I've had
ask
these on.
Arch. Ask the bedazzled man with his jacket.
Arch, have I had these on the entire time?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, the entire time, Blabs, I've had
No.
these on. Yes.
No.
The entire time.
I fear that Blabs might have the observational capacity of a goldfish.
Well, no, that is actually true. I do. But I swear, man, I noticed when he becomes Rachel Maddow, and he did not have them on pre-stream.
I've had them on the entire time we've been speaking.
What the fuck? What am I? Listen, I think I need more caffeine then.
Clearly.
Clearly.
The glasses were on the whole
Obviously.
time, huh, Blabs?
What?
The glasses were on the whole time.
I guess so.
That's right.
The camera's on and the glasses were on.
That's right. The entire time, which is great. Well, look, we're glad you're with us today. I'm glad you guys have found us here on the internet.com, hanging out with us wherever you're tuning in, whether it's on YouTube or Rumble or Kick. And like I said, most importantly, Side Scrollers Plus. We got a bunch of good things going on. We have a lot to talk about today, friends. As you know, we are going to deep dive into this new Disney park that was announced today. But I was just scrolling through the internet, found Arch's video, his latest topic, and he discovered something that I did not. And that is that Polygon really hates you, friends.
What else is new?
Oh, man, it's going to be great. So do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button and just come along for the ride, y'all. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Join the 117,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game space. We got the Polygon GTA. We got the new Disney park, which is just nuts. We have, golly, okay. I saw this video. It's from a fairly small channel, Arch, but it was an interview with an actor. Then an actor that was in a cult. Okay. And I listened to this whole interview. It has less than 1,000 views. And I'm hoping this interview blows up. Okay. Or at least gets a little bit of traction after we talk about it. It is absolutely riveting. And I have a couple parts of this interview I want to talk about today and share with you guys, because when you listen to how he speaks about his time in the cult and the things and how he got involved in it, you're going to see a direct parallel correlation to some of the things that are happening in society today. When people say, hey, that's a cult. Listen, this guy knows it's a cult, and he can tell you there are some serious cults outside going on in the world, specifically bringing it back to video games in the video game and entertainment space. So we are going to get into that, as well as, hey, Xbox has a handheld. Spoiler, we all knew that was, but today it actually got leaked. So we're going to talk about that too. We got a lot going on today. But first, as always, we want to let you know this episode is brought to you by you over at Side Scrollers Plus. Now, listen, I put this out yesterday. We are starting to receive sponsorship offers, which is outstanding. You're going to see some sponsor offers, some sponsorships over the next month or so. Very excited for these, and we are forever grateful for these sponsorships. Now, we did receive a sponsorship offer for Side Scrollers. and I wanted to put this out there. All right. I'm pretty picky about the sponsors we work with, right? I don't just accept anything that comes in, because ultimately, if we don't like it, we don't want to sell you guys something that we don't think you guys will like. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing a shirt from an upcoming sponsor today. And it's very, very form-fitting. It's wonderful. But we got a sponsorship offer from Raid Shadow Legends. And this is not the gameplay stream that we talked about a couple weeks ago, where they offered like a couple $1,000. It was stupid. And I was like, I don't want this. This is just for us to talk about it on the show. But here's the thing. Like, I don't want this. And I put this out yesterday over on X. So I'd much rather us be sponsored by you guys. So I have created the promo code RAID over at sidescrollersplus.com to get $30 off your annual membership, so we don't have to take Raid Shadow Legends money, right? And also, if you want to try Plus for free, use promo code SHADOW for a monthly membership. So this is for the annual membership, Raid. This is for the monthly membership, Shadow, for you to try out. We would love for you guys to support us that way, so we don't have to do the Raid Shadow Legends stuff. Now, with that said, people are saying, hey, go get that money. Go get it. And that'd be great. But I'm just telling you, we'd like to not have to do that. So that's all. Anyways, Side Strollers Plus, use promo code RAID for the annual membership. Get $30 off. All right. Blabs, speaking of Plus, we do have some things going on over there. It's a very important question.
Yes, actually. So a lot of people don't realize this, but Plus is free to access for every single person. Now, there are some things behind a paywall, but anyone can join Plus for free. You can post links, articles, have discussions, kind of like a Discord over there, but better because you can post whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. So I put out a little poll this morning, and I got Grok to help me out with this image. I asked, who would you rather fight? A hobbit-sized Darth Vader, aka a midget-sized Darth Vader, or 1,000 gorillas? So you can go over there, you can vote whatever decision you want, you can leave a comment explaining why you picked what you picked. A lot of people have already done that before. And Snooty gave us a $10 tip, so shout out Snooty, thank you very much. I can't really that, but thank you very much, Snooty. So yeah, you can have go over there on Wednesday right now, because it's up right now about 2 hours ago. And then tomorrow, guys, the season finale of Nerd Duel is out already on Plus, but on YouTube it'll be out tomorrow, and it is like the Battle of the Retards is how I've been promoting it all week, because it literally was the Battle of the Retards. I was there also, so it really was Battle of the Retards. Absolutely hilarious. I think it's the funniest episode we've ever made. Go over on YouTube tomorrow. We'll raid right into it after tomorrow's stream. Or if you're a Plus member, you can already watch it right now. All of them, the entire season. So that happened. Also, yesterday, Ninja Gaiden was released. Plus, you can have the cut or the uncut version, which plus people can watch the full episode, whereas on YouTube, it's a little bit shorter. And then Saturday, another discussion poll will be posted, or a discussion, no poll, you'll see, you'll have to find out, which is for everybody. And then on Sunday, Side Dishes Bucky's comes out, and I'm super excited for you guys to see that, because that was an absolute adventure. So yeah, that's what's coming up so far in the next couple of days on Plus. Busy stuff.
We've got a lot going on, which is great. Hey, Arch, I have a really important question for you. Number one, have you ever had a taco before?
No.
Oh, come on.
You never had a taco before?
Of course not. Why would I besuttle myself with lower grade food?
Okay, we're off to a bad start here, Arch. I'm just going to say.
You know what? I'm going to debunk you right here, right there. And that's fine if Arch doesn't want tacos. Don't really understand it, but it's Arch. What else is new? But I went and talked to my friend from Mexico yesterday, Craig. He's born and raised in Mexico, and he said it's fine to have cucumbers and carrots in a taco. So I'm gonna take his opinion, an authentic Mexican, over yours, little American.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, your
Blabs,
shit, Craig.
Blabs has no idea what she's talking about, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And just because your retarded friend thinks you can put cucumbers on a taco doesn't mean
everybody
that you can. Right. So, anyways, Arch, when you come in to the United States, which will be sometime very soon, right? I'm just gonna tell you this right now. We're gonna get you in here. A taco is on the menu. Okay.
He's gonna take you to some shitty ass taco place like he took me.
No. I think we do the full variety of tacos. I think we go to the bottom barrel, like Taco Bell or Taco Bueno, and then we bring them to a nice street taco, like a real taco. And we give them all the variety, and we decide which taco Arch likes best.
Firstly, I will fight you. Secondly, I will bite. Thirdly, even if you get me to do it, I'm going to eat it with a knife and fork.
What? You would? Oh no! What do you? Arch, you don't.
You know, that's fair. It's messy.
Stop.
I get it.
No.
Yes.
Stop. You hold the taco in your hand. And
You
then
see,
put it in
wait.
your
Can
mouth.
you do that again, please?
Yes, you hold the taco in your hand and
He
you
looked
put
like
it in
an
your mouth.
absolute retard. Did anyone else just see that?
Yes, I thought that was the idea. At least I wasn't banging
Stephen
it on my
Hawking there
chest.
for a second.
What's that, Blabs?
He looked like Stephen Hawking for a second over there.
No, I do not look like I was crushed by Master Hand. All right. Arch, you ever heard my Stephen Hawking analogy?
I have not.
So Stephen Hawking, you know what he looks like, right?
Yes.
Yes. And every time I pull up this picture, I feel really
How do
bad.
we go from tacos to Stephen Hawking? It's
I
amazing.
I don't know, but every time.
They both contain vegetables, according to Blabs.
Yeah, there it is, man. These are similarities of the J.
Lord,
Shit.
listen, this is bad. This is probably my best and worst take. It's that Stephen Hawking, you know, Master Hand in Smash Brothers.
I do.
Yeah, the big hand, right? Stephen Hawking looked like Master Hand crushed him. That's what he looks like. And I know that sounds really mean, and it is, but that's what I thought, and that's what I stand with. And is it immature? Yes. Is it funny?
Wait. What's wrong with his fingernails? Why is he a witch?
He can't cut them, Blabs.
Oh, so you're saying nobody else can cut his nails for him?
No,
His own wife?
It removed his
assistance people?
intelligence.
Ew. It's like those Carrie Fisher cocaine nails. Ugh.
And that's why people tune into our show. Which is great. Oh my God. So yeah, now you guys can live with that for the rest of your life. Whenever Stephen Hawking is brought up, you guys can think that Master Hand just took him and crushed him. I don't know why that one day that just came to me. Arch, do you have any thoughts on Stephen Hawking's?
He was an episode. He was in an episode of Dexter's Laboratory once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good thoughts. Let's go. Didn't he fly to the island? I don't know. Did he?
There's rumors about it. Don't forget, there is that game called like Epstein Island, which I have played, and there's literally wheelchairs everywhere in that game.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, if the game has it, it has to be true, right?
That's
Even
right.
if it's a parody game.
It is on the internet after all.
Exactly.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
recommend the game. It was really shit.
Okay. All right. We are off to a great start. I'm glad everybody's with us today. As always, we like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. But before we do, we started this yesterday and we had a good fun with it. I get to pick the games that Blabs picked. So we're going to try to see. Arch, you can play as well. Blabs gets 3 picks for the day. Here's the list that she chooses from. And let's do a quick glance here. I am going to start off, Blabs. I think that today you picked Raiden Fighters Aces because you thought it looked cool. I'm going to think that you picked Chaos Rings 3 because it looks kind of like a Final Fantasy entry here. And
Okay.
maybe...
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Did that title up there says My Child's Lebensraum?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Lebensborn. Okay, that's less. Yes, that's better. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I was starting to wonder there for a second.
Lesbian born?
And I will go with Zoo Park Story.
You got 0.
0 today. Okay. all
That's right. So I picked Train Valley, released in 2015. Arcade 1-Up Mortal Kombat, because I know you have a little story about something like that, don't you? I swear you do. Released in 2019. And then I had no idea this game existed. It's basically like a Robin Hood, from what I'm understanding. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. And I'm kind of intrigued. It's 4 years old. So yeah, the
Well,
end.
it's not actually like Robin Yeah, it's Robin Hood, not like in the hood.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Robin Hood, but I've never heard of this game before.
They made a TV show about that. Robin the Hood.
Yeah, it was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She wasn't she black also?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember it was funny.
We discussed it on the show.
Whatever happened to that show? I think one season and done.
I'm sure it went really far. It got renewed multiple times. But yes, Blab, some noticeable games that you missed include Shakedown Hawaii, which was done by the same guy who did God, what was that stupid? It's a GTA overhead clone, and I'm totally blanking on it. Retro City Rampage, yes, the same guy. He's a good dude, indie dev. Saw a lot of success right there. Let's see, and I think that's pretty much the only one you really missed today, outside of obviously Arcade 1-Up re-releasing Final Fight and Mortal Kombat and stuff.
Yeah, but like I picked that one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
well, there was a Planet Zoo thingamabobbery, so everyone was saying I was gonna do that. I even saw on Plus because there's a person who on Plus literally goes and makes guesses of which I'm gonna put for gaming history, just like you do, and they also put that zoo.
Yeah, I mean, it's very on brand for you.
It is, which is why
yeah.
I pulled the 4K on you like a chess game, and I was like, whoosh.
Well, listen, how about you let it come naturally to you, Blabs, instead of just trying to outsmart the fox over here.
Yeah,
right?
because if I had done that, then they would all be like, why didn't you put this game? So I did instead.
I know. Stop trying to outsmart everybody, Blabs.
But it worked.
It ruins the fun of the game.
What do you mean? I literally hoodwinked you all. That's funny.
Tomorrow I will not guess, and you'll just have to present them. Congratulations.
Well, that just sucks for you.
You ruined the game.
I'm already ready to go.
Hey, Tenarian came in with a 10. Arch, he said Arch would take the raid money. Should we take the raid money, you think?
I would.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Arch.
See, my rule is quite simple.
Yes.
If I don't use the product, I don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I played Raid for years. I have the account to prove it.
Well, maybe we can speak on your behalf and say, well, Arch played Raid and Arch loved Raid, because I'm the same way. If we don't have it, if I don't use it, I don't want to promote it, right? So, but I feel like it's almost like a rite of passage at some point to promote Raid, you know? Oh,
I mean, they must be earning money like grass, considering the amount of sponsorships they do.
Oh, 1,000%. Yes. Commodore fan says, I got a story for Clown World. A 12-foot bronze statue of a black woman with braids, pants where you can see her outline of her panties, and a baggy t-shirt were just put up in Times Squares. I'm like, what the fuck and why? Oh, yeah, Commodore fan. We saw that one. Maybe we can hit on that in Clown World a little bit. Marksman says, Craig, I have another game you can play. This one is SFW, safe for work. It's called My Little Dictator. You can stream yourself playing this one. It's funny and historical. Arch, did you finish Trailer Park Elves?
No, I'm slowly getting my way through it. I'm still a ways out.
Okay, good. What is Trailer Park Elves?
Difficult to describe. It includes a sentence saying that elf ass tastes like chocolate.
Nostalgia Nerd is a brand new Plus member. That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Nostalgia Nerd. As we're gonna just slide right through that one. Rivian came into the 10, says, let's go. Hockey Rachel Madhouse Scrollers. Montez, let's go. Yes, the Montez goal is up and rolling today. Ian came in, says, this taco talk has gotten out of control. Everyone needs to calm down and chill out a little bit.
I like that one.
Pretty good. That's not bad. Raptor Kratos says, Taco Titty Tabular Tuesday. Montez, let's go. Thank you very much. Steven says, happy Conclave Day. Today begins the vote for a new pope. I hope whoever becomes pope is actually religious and not a pompous politician.
Yeah, I didn't like the previous one. I know you're not supposed to say it, but I did not like the previous pope. Because he wasn't a pope. He wasn't a Christian, goddammit.
Well, now he's dead.
Oh, no.
He is.
Yeah. Tamamo says, finally watched the new GTA trailer. Not getting until PC, so I've got 3 years to make a verdict, but I think the main characters have potential. Just please make them equal. If they girl boss, it's over.
They're going to. Like, I've seen it going around social media. They're calling the dudes like an undercover cop or something. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Marius says, finally watched the season finale of Nerd Duel on Plus. It is shameful in the best possible way. Blabs, say hello to all the viewers from the great country of Dutch.
Hello.
Oh my God. JJ Sickman, stop. You're just causing chaos right now.
Yes.
And I will not be into that. All right. We do see all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants. We'll get to every single one of them throughout the show. We're going to hit our Montez goal. I'm stoked about it. And most importantly, you're going to head over to Side Scrollers Plus and become a supporter. So we don't have to take the Raid Shadow Legend sponsorship unless we do. But right now it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Hard news. Okay, I don't know what's going on. You know, my camera got turned off when I hit that. I cannot wait, guys. Just so you know, we're going to give this show a total overhaul here very, very soon. And it's going to be looking really pretty. That's what Phoenix is working on right now. We're working on all sorts of fun little knickknacks and doodads and stuff for the show, having a Montez bar and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So I can't wait to share that with you guys so we don't have to worry about audio dropping and weird stuff like that. Okay, Blabs, do you want to start with the Bigfoot call or why men should not play video games?
The Bigfoot call, because I really thought Arch would like it.
Arch, your thoughts on Bigfoot?
I have them.
Oh,
Big
yeah?
feet, that is.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Big feet, that is.
Okay, yeah.
Arch is not a hobbit, confirmed.
You know what they say about people with big feet,
Big
Blabs?
socks.
That's right. Very good.
Mm.
Well, congrats. Arch, what's your shoe size?
What is it? 38 or something, I think?
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Everyone, we're gonna go and make Arch a throne, and you're gonna all send him sneakers and shoes and everything. And then you'll find him on feetfinders.com.
I don't even know what 38 feet size is to American.
It's Euro.
Oh. No, you have
Oddly enough, I feel like that's my size in women's Euro.
Arch, you have tiny feet. I wear size 13 and a half in American.
13 and a half in American.
To put that in perspective, your size is 7. Yeah. Are you a hobbit, Arch? Are you teeny tiny?
Are you sure you have big feet?
I feel like there's been some confusion in the metrics.
I don't know. I'm just looking over here. A European shoe size is approximately a U.S. women's size 7.5 to 8, and a U.S. men's size.
No. You're looking at European women's because that's me. I'm size 38, 7.5. You're not looking at men's Euro.
Blabs, look. The internet tells me that's.
But I'm telling you.
Look,
yeah,
Blabs.
this is wrong. U.S. women's size. Can you read?
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is, and a U.S. men's size 7. Can
Definitely,
you read?
he does not have size 7. That's like a 4-year-old.
Oh no. Well, strong like bull, Arch. There you go. Indeed. Anyways, so
you have a measuring tape, Arch. Can you go measure your feet? You don't have to do it on camera, just so we don't
your
weird.
feet, Arch. Your feet, please.
Arsha, is it just me or is all the cameras frozen?
No,
It's
that's
just you.
Just me.
Just
Wonderful.
Blabs, why do you have a measuring tape next to you?
You know what? I can't answer that.
I think it'd be really important if you did answer that question.
No. I'll leave it up to the audience's imagination on why.
I mean, these are really important questions. Why we need to know these things.
I mean, to be fair, I also have a knife next to me. So, like...
And Arch is gone. There.
I also need to sharpen this thing. It's so dull. Like, look at that. I'm like, nothing's happening, you know? So, like... Yeah.
Okay. Well, when Arch comes back... Oh, here he comes. Hello, Arch.
Hi.
I elected to take the risk of restarting the thing. And it's I can see you again now.
Hello.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's go to this here. Apparently, this is a Bigfoot, not an actual foot, but the Bigfoot, lore. There's a Bigfoot call competition going on. Hold on. Before we do this, Blab, since you're so excited about this, can you please give us an example of what a Bigfoot call would sound like, please?
No, I don't have testicles.
No, Blab.
Do
I'm sure there's women who do this, Blab.
I do.
It's great.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Arch is like, why do I sign up for this every other Wednesday?
I know. Arch, like these stupid Americans.
Stupid Americans.
That kid was certainly autistic.
This is going to be the Ohio How.
See, Blabs, there's women here too. See?
Right.
What hog call?
Thank you.
Take. Oh, that is
What the hell's that? What is it? We're still here. Why is there a lady in a tent here?
I guess it's the thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail for the.
I guess so.
All right.
Anyway, I thought Arch might be fascinated to see what the people in Ohio get up to in their free time.
No, this is just Americans. You are our mental rejects. The people who felt that our religion was getting a little bit too soft. The brain damaged and the infirm, shipped over by the dozens on boats. I'm not surprised by this.
That's fair.
Oh, like, what do y'all do for fun over there in your neck of the woods over there?
Well, very soon we're set to do our annual parades and sausage eating contests.
Oh, it's definitely high class. Yes, the sausage eating contest. What variety of sausage are you eating, Arch?
The thin one.
I'm sorry, the thin sausage.
The thin
It's not
sausage.
about the size that counts, all right, Arch? It's all good.
What is in the sausage, Arch? Like, what's the meat?
I'm presuming pig.
Okay. Pig sausage, pork, if you will. Okay. Well, you definitely. I mean, you win, Arch. Congratulations. You know, definitely. Don't we all feel dumb now?
Dumb ways to die.
That's right. All right. We have this video as well. I don't know if this is another stupid American. Blabs, this is another stupid American.
So it's a reaction video of a video. And it's honestly perfect. So I figured we'd actually listen to it because it does pertain to video games. So,
All right.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually this may be your new title, Arch. The Sausage King of Norway.
I thought you meant major red flag because
No. All right, let's see what this is.
Men that's actually normalized in society is a man playing video games.
What?
In my mind, a man playing a video game is the equivalent of a grown man coloring in a coloring book.
You ain't coloring? You don't know. See,
Bluey for
this
Craig.
is Bluey, right? But now she's greeny. Because I use my imagination.
It's like, aren't we just kind of beyond that?
No. Why are you still here?
It's like, I just think that if a hobby...
Okay, I'm going to have to stop you right there because you keep interrupting me. Okay, first of all, it's not a hobby. Okay? It's entertainment. It's called fun. Ever heard of that? It's like watching movies or watching TV shows or listening to music. Okay? Except it's immersive. A lot more fun. Totally different experience. Instead of watching Ellie in The Last of Us on TV, you are Ellie inside The Last of Us. It's fun. Oh my gosh.
Why are we even doing it? Like, why are we wasting our time with a video game for a quick dopamine high?
I see what's happening. She's not going to see this video, dude. Okay? She told him he can't play video games. So he's like, oh, video games. She's not going to watch this video, dude. Just play the game. It's all right. Just play. He thought he was slick. Nah, he thought he was slick.
And how?
I thought it was good. Good to share.
Yeah, it's great. And how dare this guy talk to that black man like that? That's just wildly inappropriate for him.
Well, I thought it was just really hypocritical because he's like, why are we doing this? What's the point? Why waste our time? Meanwhile, this guy's like just filming himself in a car wasting time.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That's just it. He's literally staring. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that people don't get about games in general is I think he said it perfectly regarding The Last of Us, right? Like you can look, I'm not a huge fan of like single player experiences and playing the movies, but I understand why people love playing the movies, right? When you play Gears of War, you play as Marcus Phoenix. When you play in Uncharted, you play as Indiana Jones, Nathan Drake, right? So you get to experience that instead of and you get to dictate how that story goes. It's a choose your own adventure. And I think that's what people truly don't understand about video games, who are like haters, if you will. Arch, what are your thoughts?
I think the man is trying to get laid, and we should not interfere with this otherwise noble endeavor of his.
You mean the guy with the backwards hat?
Because this was actually a study made recently that apparently one of the big red flags for women was men playing video games, which I'm presuming they think it's a non-productive endeavor, basically, which is why he's parroting the talking points. Like, the dude's literally just trying to get laid, in essence. He heard his girlfriend talk about this, and he's like, right, time to copy and paste.
I think the only time there's like an issue with playing like video games too much is when you're doing it too much, right? And you stop doing everything else, like responsibilities or whatever else you have to do, right? That's the problem. And I think a lot of women are like, pay attention to me. Yeah.
Well, I think to that, Blabs, he said it himself. He said it's a hobby. It's entertainment, right? And yes, everyone has real world duties that they have to get done, whether it's their job, whether it's their family, whether it's whatever, right? So yes, I think for most people, games are meant to be a distraction. And for some people, they've taken the next step with their fandom and it's become a lifestyle. And I totally get that, right? But yes, there is a point where you do have to put the controller down at times, because real life does happen. But it's also important to separate from real life at times and to have that distraction there, because
I agree.
You need that escape. So
do not step back from video game. Teach woman to play video game instead.
And make sandwich in kitchen.
That's right. There you go.
I had a sandwich this morning. It was really great. Anyway.
Oh yeah. What was your sandwich, Blabs?
It was two.
Nobody cares. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Blabs. I'm just kidding. What was your sandwich?
It was 2 Italian cold cuts and a nice brioche bread. So it was mortadella and capicola. It was really good.
Blabs, does a day go by that you don't eat some sort of Italian meat?
I had bacon yesterday.
Yeah, but
it was in pasta carbonara.
Blabs, at any point, Blabs, like if you go like 2 days without having some sort of
I mean, I was in Texas, right? So I survived.
Yeah, I know, but you also had a jar of spaghetti sauce in your carry-on the entire time.
No, I did not.
All right. Speaking of The Last of Us, we had this from that Star Wars girl over on X, talking about the differences in Bella Ramsey, who was obviously a star of The Last of Us show. And she says, notice the stark difference. One, she's happy and feminine. The other, she's uncomfortable and attempting to be masculine. This is wrong. Demented demons in Hollywood have taken advantage of this poor girl. And here she is over here on the left, looking all feminine and masculine. And here she is trying to be a dude.
It's true.
Didn't they recently announce that she had some sort of development?
Autism.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, she actually is autistic. They found out on the set of The Last of Us.
Yeah,
which is wild.
Found out. I don't know.
Diagnosed. Well, that was apparently a crew member was like, I have an autistic, was a child or relative or whatever it was. And like apparently this crew member kept seeing those same like symptoms and characteristics of an autistic person in Bella. And they're like, hey, I think you might be autistic. And then apparently, I don't think she ever got diagnosed, but apparently she's like, oh yeah, I'm autistic.
Well, she can identify with however she wants to. Right.
I mean, that doesn't really change the way that, she dresses, which is true. I think that thread, by the way, there was like a 2-parter to it. I think you missed a part, Craig. I think you scrolled up or scrolled down, there was a part to it.
There you go. Yes, there is.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's more in that. Yeah, so it says, Hollywood has done Bella Ramsey so I'll never know now.
You'll never know.
Okay, Hollywood has done Bella Ramsey dirty with this woke mind virus, which I yes and no, but the woke mind virus thing is just completely like brainwashing. This girl was an adorable kid who got killed in Game of Thrones, and now that she's grown up and they've done everything in their power to strip her of her femininity. I can never say that word. Anyway, it's beyond unfortunate. Let girls be girls. And then it continues to what Craig had just read. But yes, I think it's very, very true that she used to be like this girly, happy-go-lucky, very cute, well, cute-ish, you know, for Bella Ramsey. Happy-go-lucky, and now she does really look masculine. She's got like that huge like jaw thing going on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The huge jaw thing going on.
I mean, look at her jaw, dude. That's a dude's jaw.
Yeah. She definitely has puffed out a little bit for sure.
And instead of like enhancing her features in a more feminine way, she makes them extremely masculine. She pulls the hair back. She's got like the really super thin eyebrows. I feel like she changed her eyebrows too. I'm just saying. But yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Hedger says the best. Potato.
This is a common theme we see across Hollywood where it's like there is the people who are mentally like, I think that's the thing that people really need to understand is that there's so many broken people in this major entertainment space, Hollywood, whatever. And these are the people who are creating your entertainment, and they're all fucked up in the head.
I want to talk about the pro Harvey Weinstein position.
Uh-oh.
Go on.
Listen, when Harvey Weinstein was molesting these people,
I will put you full screen so we're not on camera.
Oh my God, he's saying he kept them bitches in line. Let's go, Arch.
Partially, yes. One, he only picked the hot ones, so he had attractive female characters. That was good. Two, he sifted out the wheat from the chaff. If you're not hard enough to, handle being molested by Harvey Weinstein, you don't get into the industry. And so you've got far more mentally capable people. And now everybody gets in. There's no molestation, silt anymore.
I never thought I'd hear those words from Arch, but here we are. So yeah, that's the show, everybody. The end.
1000% clip. Hey, did you see what Arch said on Side Scrollers? He said that Harvey Weinstein was doing a good thing. Like,
shit.
The man is being unfairly
prosecuted. He kept them ugly bitches out. Am I right? Well, he left himself in because he was so ugly anyway.
You have to be mentally strong to be sexually harassed by Harvey Weinstein. First of all, just look at him. Secondly, the man jerked off into potted plants whilst you were watching. Imagine the mental damage that would force upon you. Well, yeah, no, he kept them strong.
Dumb ways to die. Don't know why I have that song in my head. Anyway, where's Ross?
Yeah, that's right. We need a strong pivot right here. Let's go.
Where are you off to? Stop.
I'm going away.
That's right, going away. Listen, Arch, and I do in a weird, twisted way understand your logic from the lens that you presented. As soon as Soul Silver came in, says, I'm getting a bait and switch vibe on the new GTA trailer. Also, this is very expensive super chat for CAD, especially when our PM bends over to the Orange Man yesterday. So Montez, thank you very much for your support. Appreciate that. Let's go. So how about that GTA, huh? Ian says, I hope the sausages are bigger than Arch's feet, or it isn't much of a contest. No, Arch's tiny feet. Tamamo says, I'm the motherfucking Shinobi. That is all. Oh, that's awesome. What a great clip. And then we got this from Steven says, don't make fun of Bella Ramsey like that. She's stunning and brave. It's not her fault. She's about to be a dad. Also, Montez. Oh, yeah. Did you see that clip of her talking about how she's going to be a dad in The Last of Us, Arch?
I didn't see that. I saw Michelle Obama declare herself to be a man recently, but
What?
She's going through
finally
transition.
came out.
No, she's transitioning right now.
Nice.
Yeah, transitioning to her new life, which is good.
So real fast, because I know we're pivoting real fast, but I did look this up. Arch, you must be mistaken on your shoe size. You must be. You're saying European 38, but like, nah, you can't be. You can't be a hobbit. Check again.
Arch, how tall are you?
I'll have to go fetch my shoes.
Yes, go fetch your shoes. Go on.
Arch, how tall? And by the way, if you do have shoes, make sure they're wooden. Because we want, like in Holland. Yeah, the clogs.
Right, because Norwegian and Holland's totally same.
We used to have wooden shoes, but not anymore, unfortunately.
Did the government take them away?
No, we just don't use them anymore because they're incredibly uncomfortable.
And loud. You can't rob anything.
That's it.
Arch, are you comfortable if I ask you how tall you are?
183 centimeters.
All right, hang on.
That is 6 foot. There's no way you're 6 foot tall.
I'm telling you, there's no way you can. There's no way your shoe size is correct.
There's
Go
no
get your
way.
shoes.
But my shoes, they're over there.
Go on.
Yeah.
Get.
He's over there. He's like,
yeah, they're magically just gonna come this way.
He's just staring, and the shoes just.
Use the force, Arch.
That's okay. That's okay. Snooty says previous Pope definitely was a pure politician. What's up, chat? Montez. Thank you so much, Snooty. Appreciate that greatly. All right. We have LaReina joining us, which gives us a great opportunity to pivot to some new news that was dropped earlier today, Arch. And you have not seen the news about the new Disney park, have you?
I have not.
This is big news because Disney is opening a 7th park in the world. So there are parks in California, there's parks in Florida, there's one in China, there's one in Disneyland Europe or whatever. Where do you think this Disneyland park is, Arch, without knowing anything about it?
Is this the Avatar one they were planning?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
California?
No,
Sweet
not
Summer
California.
Child. It already exists in California.
Yes. Well, let's before we get to this, let's go ahead and bring in our additional guest today. And LaReina, you can tell Arch where the new Disneyland park is. LaReina, good to see you first and foremost.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Arch, LaReina, Arch.
Hello.
So, LaReina,
Hello.
where is the new Disney park?
Well, the new Disney park is, of all places, Abu Dhabi.
So it'll be in Abu Dhabi, which you can see right here. And it looks like the castle will be that of Frozen, the Frozen castle here. And they have this on loop, Disney Abu Dhabi, which, you know, is awesome. Now, when you hear this, quite a few red flags pop up pretty much immediately. And the internet has began to flip crazy. Not red flags on Disney's park, but just red flags of like, wait. And why would that be, LaReina?
Oh, I don't think that Abu Dhabi is going to tolerate Pride Night.
No. That is not exactly high on their list here. But they released this video earlier, just of them talking about how excited they are to be moving forward with Disney Park Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and instinctively Emirati, combining Disney's iconic stories, characters, and attractions with Abu Dhabi's vibrant culture, stunning shorelines, and breathtaking architecture. Here,
They said the same line with Shanghai Disneyland.
didn't work out, did it?
No.
Yeah. Well, the response to this has not been stellar here. This is probably the one that. Oh, LaReina, what? Literally covering her mouth.
Yeah. Well, I to be fair, back in the days when the Saudi royal family used to visit Walt Disney World on the regular, you had some of the women walking around with burqas and Louis Vuitton bags. Very, very, very classy looking. I don't think that's gonna be the case in Abu Dhabi. Wow.
Right. So there's a lot of interesting elements to this, which obviously the one thing to kind of point out is that Disney is going to oversee the creative development, but will not pay for or own or operate the new Abu Dhabi park. So this is a licensing thing here, which is very similar to Tokyo Disney.
Exactly.
So Disney won't, which may actually bode very well, because the Tokyo Disney park is thought of as like the best park of them all and probably the cleanest of them all. So it's just a licensing agreement here. And for those who don't know, Abu Dhabi, a little bit of background, is the capital city of the United Arab Emirates. The city is set on the Abu Dhabi Center, whatever. You guys see it right there. There's the skyline right there. We've seen all sorts of big buildings pop up. This is an area of the world that has just blossomed in the last really like 2 decades. It's like just a man-made structure that just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Arch, do you know anything about Abu Dhabi or the UAE?
Absolute Islamic monarchy. So that's that.
So it doesn't. So what you're saying is it doesn't bode well for those of the rainbow persuasion.
I do genuinely wonder. So if the central point is the castle from Frozen, how are they going to handle a white-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman as the main character?
Sir, really good questions. And will the princesses have to wear full garb, like the full outfit?
I wonder, because I mean they're fantasy characters, but at the same time they're going to be played by actual women. So,
well, yeah, they're certainly not going to do any cross-dressing.
Now, granted, the Arab Emirates are a bit more liberal than people often think, because these guys are capitalists more so than Islamists. They're using the Islamic passion more to keep the populace, who are very religious, in check, more so than believing it than it themselves. So this could very easily be like a playground for the ultra rich, basically, rather than the populace itself. But I imagine the average peasantry is not going to be particularly pleased with it.
No. And people have been very quick to kind of point out a lot of the hypocrisy associated with it. We have this video from Instagram, or from X, I think it was on Instagram initially. It says, so while Disney shoves this down your kid's throat, they go and build a park in the UAE where that is illegal. Disney values equals money. And just to kind of further that home, yes, it is actually illegal in the UAE. Says the United Arab Emirates criminalizes same-sex sexuality activity between men and between women. The gender expression of trans people is also criminalized. Sentence includes a maximum penalty of death. There's evidence of the law being enforced in recent years, and LGBT people are subjected to discrimination and violence. And the market has responded to this with Disney stock going up 7%. Oh boy!
Damn. No, it's a really smart move, though, to be honest, to actually put it in Abu Dhabi. And because if you haven't noticed, like, the latest trends, I'm sure LaReina can back me up on this, Disney has been, like, making it very much for the wealthy and the rich to be able to go. I mean, look at the Star Wars hotel. It was a failure, but the only people who could go were the ultra-rich people besides the shills that were paid to go. And, like, this is the perfect destination because the only people going to Abu Dhabi are the extremely wealthy people. They can go and do as they please there. So, like, this is a perfect move. And not to be real, the UAE is filthy rich, are they not? I mean, they're literally backing up soccer of all things now too. Yeah. So it's like they can save Disney's ass and be like, yeah, we'll help you out. So it is a smart move, but it's also extremely hypocritical because of all the stuff that Disney has been doing the last decade.
Absolutely. Abu Dhabi, first of all, if you've ever flown Emirates Airlines, I have not, but I have drooled over the pictures. you know that that type of place is made for, hey, all the rich people come here. And just like Blabs was saying, Disney has made it very, very obvious that they are no longer catering to 80% of their usual target audience, which would be the middle class, whether it's in America, whether it's overseas. Now it's like, we just want the ultra rich people to come here, spend money, drink into a stupor, and charge them crazy prices for it. So I'm not surprised that Disney announced doing this. One, it's a licensing deal. The big problem is they're going to be pulling creative resources. And as you've seen, Disney attractions at the Disney parks, especially Walt Disney World, have not been very good at all. Case in point, Tiana's broccoli adventure,
Broccoli.
which is an absolute freak. I'm being polite. Some people call it Tafiti's bunghole, but I don't say that. I say broccoli, broccoli adventure. Or if it's dark outside, it looks like another Haunted Mansion type of attraction when you see that. So I've heard some people say, well, it's a licensing deal. Yes, it is. However, they are going to use Disney creatives to focus on building that park. So if you have Disney creatives focused on that park, how many creatives are going to be focusing on Walt Disney World, which has had everything from sewer problems to fires to all kinds of other stuff going on. So it is hypocritical, of course, with respect to the Skittles Nation. That's what I call
Skittles Army.
That's what I call them. Skittles Nation, all of that. They want to cater to them, but at the same time, they talk about how they're for diversity and tolerance and LGBTQ issues. So no, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not a very happy place in Burbank right now with the announcement of this.
Right. I would love to be a fly on the wall in those offices where all the meltdowns are happening. It'd be fantastic.
I am positive that if it's the response of people on X, it's spectacular. Can't wait to see the attraction that simulates throwing gays off rooftops. It's like
tower terrorism.
Yeah, because a new meaning to Tower of Terror over here. Oh my god, that's rough.
Woo!
Let's actually play this video here. I have not seen this, Blabs. Hopefully it's clear for air.
It's clear.
Here we go. Let's see what he has to say.
Now wait a minute. After all the years Disney's been pushing agendas down our throats, I watched this state-sanctioned, and trust me, this is an ad for the United Arab Emirates. Disney is opening a theme park in Abu Dhabi. I just have a few questions. What night will Pride Night be on? To all the Disney influencers that always say, Disney is, all the people that say Disney is woke, Disney is this, Disney, that shit's out the window now. You can't say that about Disney. Disney announced today Disney's new theme park project on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. I'm here to tell you right now, Disney bloggers, Disney people who, create content, I want to see each one of you enter that park with your agendas.
That would be excellent to see.
We'll never see them ever again.
No, they do not make it out alive.
No.
Just a few questions, LaReina, and we can just do a quick yes or no on this. Do you anticipate? We're just kind of see how you feel about this. Do you think that this guy will have an opportunity to work at Disney Abu Dhabi?
Not only no, but hell to the no. No.
You mentioned Pride Night. Will Pride Night be on the regular schedule for?
It will be the event that shall not ever be named when it comes to Abu Dhabi.
So you don't anticipate rainbows being everywhere because they were proud for Disney to standing up to hate. So this is from 2023. Oh man. Well, So question, does this mean that Disney are full of hateful bigots now?
Well, are they full of hateful bigots? No, let's put it this way. They're going back to the Scrooge McDuck model of making money. We don't care. Gender, yeah, we said we were for that. But we said we were for that LGBTQ Skittles Nation thing. No. We really weren't. We need money because we are freaking broke. And we are going broke. If you've seen just the movies that have just been tanking, we're not going to talk about, we'll talk about Snow White. We'll talk about how bad that freaking tanked and went over like a wet fart. No. They need money. They need money fast. They need to prove to their institutional shareholders, not little people like me that have 1 or 2 shares, to prove to, the likes of BlackRock and Vanguard that, hey, we really do know what we're doing this time. Yeah, no, we keep saying we know, we really do. We know what we're doing with this. So that's it.
Arch, would you like to see Disney Abu Dhabi with sweet setup like this? Would they throw Mickey right off the rooftop in that instance?
Well, again, like it makes sense economically, but that's the thing with the agenda. The agenda wasn't adopted because Disney believed in this stuff. They adopted it because they were told by their marketing people that other people believed in this stuff and that this would earn them money. So they're just doing what they're usually going to do. So,
well, I listen. I think you can build a park wherever you want to build a park. I think they should be able to build a park wherever they want to build a park.
Oh,
and I go ahead.
What's even better? It'll be really cheap because they also used mass amounts of slave labor to build the football stadiums.
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
I bet this park
pro-slavery, just like the Uyghurs in China.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I bet this park gets done faster than any park ever. Like it may be open next year. Just
next week.
Like they just gotta 3D print the whole thing and you're ready to go.
This reminds me of like a couple years ago during Pride Month when all the social media accounts are changing their icons to Pride flags and everything, and then all the accounts in the Middle East were like, didn't do a single thing, nothing. Everything was just business as normal. This is what it sounds like to me.
I think this really just goes back to the idea of, like you saw, like he's like, Disney was standing up to hate. No, they were trying to get more money out of you.
Yep.
And that's what we've been saying forever. Your sense of superiority because they put a rainbow flag on Tigger of all things, like it doesn't matter. They're trying to extract $20 from you by putting that rainbow flag on there because you're stupid and will buy anything that's Disney with a pride flag on it. Like I hope this is a massive wake-up call for all those activists out there who are like, Disney's on the right side of history. When in reality is they just want to be on the right side of your pocketbook.
Yep. And just to add something else, all that Pride merchandise that they put out every year, it winds up in the Disney equivalent of TJ Maxx, known as the Character Warehouse.
Yeah. And then they sell it off for nothing. For nothing. Anyways, well, LaReina, you got anything to close on the new Disney park?
No, I just find it laughable and hypocritical that they're opening this park in, of all places, Abu Dhabi. And yet again, they don't care about the domestic park. So yeah, it's going to be real interesting seeing how they rectify this with their LGBTQ based.
Well, we will. I think, Blabs, we were trying to get to Universal in Florida to do a show, but it definitely sounds like we need to go to the UAE for the opening. Yes,
we'll definitely need to. Arch. We'll take Arch with us too. I mean, obviously.
Arch.
Yep.
You want to go to the
I
UAE?
Would go.
You would go to the UAE?
Sounds like a paradise to me.
LaReina, you want to come too?
They don't oppress men down there.
Arch over here booking his travel today.
Like,
He's just gonna book random trips. Hopefully it lines up with the opening of it. Just throwing his a dart at the dartboard over here. One last thing about Abu Dhabi, and this is kind of interesting, is that public displays of affection are frowned upon, including kissing, hugging, and other public displays of affection are frowned upon, prohibited at religious sites such as the Grand Mosque. These days, holding hands does not raise eyebrows, but use your judgment accordingly to the setting. So if you go and you want to be fabulous, just make sure you don't do it in public.
Does that mean Mickey and Minnie, like the cast members, can't hold hands, or else they're gonna come for them too?
It's a really good question. It's a really.
I think it'll be allowed because it's Mickey and Minnie. So
Hopefully, hopefully.
the characters get a pass as they're making that.
But Anna and Elsa can't hold hands. They're siblings.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's awesome. Okay, well, LaReina, thanks so much for joining us. So we'll put your link down below where everybody can find you. And,
I already did.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Thanks so much for having me. Take care,
Yeah,
everyone.
That's a great. You know who probably is going to be the most upset about this, Arch?
Who?
Are those fucking Disney adults. Did you see this video being passed around the other day? Of these people, God, they just want to fucking slowly tie the noose around my neck and just jump off a bridge in Minecraft over here. Oh my God, these people are crazy. Sorry.
I've never been able to understand why these people upload stuff like this on the internet.
They're asking for ridicule, because when they do get ridiculed, then they become the victim. So how dare you? How dare you be upset with me? Well, there you go. Arch, maybe we got a road trip on our hands here in a year or two when they get this theme park up and going.
We can see if we can find some of the bodies of the laborers built into the concrete.
I mean, true. He's not lying.
It's funny because it's not. It really. Ian came in, says that UAE is made up of 88% expats, much of that from the West. They will cater to Western taste with the exception of the LGBT stuff, which probably won't fly. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that. Mary says, I would pay money to see Arch at any Disney theme park, stone-faced roasting all the attractions and Disney adults. He would be seriously unimpressed. I agree. That would be spectacular. Arch, have you ever
I did want to share this real fast with Arch,
sure.
since he said he didn't see it. So this is what we're talking about. Also, that's funny. So here's the first image saying, so we're having a baby. Us and Jesse too. We're all having a baby. And Bella Ramsey's character is like, I'm going to be a dad. But this is what I really like. I'm going to be a dad. And it's freaking Shrek Bella.
It does look like Shrek Bella, doesn't it?
Now you've been informed, Arch.
That's just dumb. That's just dumb.
That's a real
I'm going to
thing.
be a
dad. Sky Theor, I'm sorry, Butcher says Disney Abu Dhabi, where the only rainbows are on the skydivers without parachutes. Cole says her calling them Skittles Nation just had me put a new pejorative for them. Oh no. Thank you for that, Cole. Commodore fan says, remember the UAE allows alcohol. They have very strict laws on where and how it can be consumed. So expect idiot rich people to get arrested at Disney. Yeah, let's go. Taker came in and says, one jump ahead of the hoofbeats, one hop ahead of the hump, one trick ahead of disaster. They're quick, but I'm much faster. Here goes. Better throw my hand in. Wish me happy landing. All I got to do is jump.
That's great. I wonder, like, a whole new world is definitely that should have been their theme, not freaking Frozen.
Oh,
but we do have this beautiful meme from Lex, who just came in with the 5. Isn't that amazing? Welcome to Disney Stan.
Oh, there we are. That's good. That's wonderful. What were you going to say, Arch? I'm sorry.
Oh, nothing I could think of.
Okay, Marius says, I guess there'll be no magic kingdom since magic is forbidden in Islam. Oh, good call. It's just the kingdom. Canna says, sounds like Disney is expecting profits in the Abu Dhabi to blow up. Montez.
This place is about to blow.
It's fucked up, man. Epsilon Sama says, ladies, please explain to this normal man, why is it that women love them theme parks? I don't mind going for sure, but it does seem like a woman thing.
No, I don't think it's a woman thing, because I know plenty of guys who love going too, and they do like YouTube channels and Instagrams, basically all about theme parks and stuff and tips. It's just really fun, isn't it? It's just really fun, and especially nowadays when everything is just kind of shit in forms of entertainment, at least the theme parks, especially Universal Studios, has done it right, and they have that new one coming out that is quite literally for everybody. There's something there for everybody, from the monsters to Harry Potter and Nintendo.
You know what it is? I think that it has something to do with, we talked about escapism earlier today, right? When it comes to video games, I think there's escapism aspect to it. It ties them to a simpler time in life that they don't want to escape, which goes back to something we've talked about many, many times: arrested development. People who have stopped developing, they do not want families. They are extremely.
That's not true. I know plenty of people with families who go to theme parks like a couple times a year.
No, I'm talking about like the Disney adults.
Oh, them.
That's what I'm speaking
well,
about.
that was not what the question was. That was the question, like, in general. Why do people love going?
Well, no, I think, okay. Well, I enjoy going to theme parks. Sorry, I was speaking specifically of like super Disney adults, right? That's what I was thinking of. Most of them are not well balanced. But yeah, no. I mean,
No,
theme parks are just fun. They're just fun, you know? Like, we have people who run, we have friends who run theme park channels. You know, Mally goes to theme parks all the time. Jay, Drunk 3PO, they got park hopping, and it's what they do on a day-to-day basis, because there's such an interest in these parks that people want to know what's going on. I mean, that's why we talk about it. You know, why do we talk? Because I'm interested in what's going on with a multi-billion-dollar global company. You know, because I do have nostalgia for that company. All right, I want to talk about before we went live today. I saw your video and I was like, holy shit, this is spectacular. I couldn't believe this was a real thing. So the GTA 6 trailer is released and it's garnered hundreds of millions of views at this point. They announced that it's going to be delayed another year, and people start analyzing these trailers. I've seen videos that is 106 things you missed in the GTA 6 trailer, whatever number of things missed you. IGN's done one. There's a ton of them out there already. Polygon, which recently was sold and laid off their entire staff, most of them at least, has enough staff to deliver another reason why you just don't hate the gaming media enough. And Arch, I'm going to let you take it from here, coming from your tweet. You can kind of describe what happened with Polygon.
Oh yeah, their final conclusion about the trailer was, let's see here, Rockstar's politics have changed, and the intent of the trailer is to say that the police can't be trusted, America First gun nuts are weirdo losers, and that Lucia is the real hero, as committing crime is just the only way she can survive these days.
This is directly from the article. And
yes.
Blabs, have you read this yet?
No, I haven't seen any of this.
Okay, I want you to read this because I do have the article pulled up right here. The GTA trailer makes Rockstar's change politics very clear, right? Lucia is a true hero and a very different kind. You scroll down to the bottom, that's where you get this last little bit. This is the main take they got from it. Go ahead.
Are they saying like she's an anti-hero? Anyway, and they are as follows. The police can't be trusted. America First gun nuts are weird losers. Last but not least, Lucia is our hero, and she's the one you're going to be able to relate to the most in this story, while also being a Latina woman whose bad luck put her in prison, which is something you should feel sympathetic rather than judgmental about, and whose life of crime might just be the only way she can survive. So hang on a second, just like before we dive into this, there was literally a clip of her and her man getting it on. So does that mean that every guy playing this game is gonna relate to her getting it on with another guy? Is that it means everybody's gay now?
No, Blabs. I don't think that's
well,
what
I'm
they're
just
going
saying,
for.
they're saying relate to it. She gets it on with a guy. All the men now are gay playing this game.
Yes, Blabs. Everybody's gay.
I guess so.
Except in Abu Dhabi. All right. So yes, Lucia, the girl, is our hero. Police cannot be trusted. America First gun nuts are weird losers. So everybody tuning in who, if you have a gun or a gun nut, you are a weird loser. And this, by the way, this is what Polygon got out of the trailer. This is their deductive reasoning out of this, Arch.
Yep.
It's amazing. I also found it interesting. They say that while also being a Latina woman whose quote bad luck put her in prison. I mean, like poor decision making, perhaps.
Just bad luck. A woman being held down by the state.
Mm-hmm.
But this all comes as they need a way to become relevant, and their entire relevancy is political. So they might need to try to politicize Grand Theft Auto, because Grand Theft Auto is going to be the biggest game ever. It can release and it can be shit. It can crash every 5 minutes. It is still going to break every single sales record ever set because of hype alone. And so everyone wants an in. Everybody wants a way to talk about it in their way to garner those clicks, especially now after Polygon got sold to a literal click farm company.
Yeah, it's interesting to kind of see how quickly that happened. Yes, they literally sold, and the next day they're driving clicks, which, by the way, this is the #1 article on Polygon. When you go down and you look at their trending articles, you can actually see that their #1 article trending is this. The GTA 6 trailer makes Rockstar's change politics very clear. So yeah, I mean, they were looking for a reaction. They got a reaction. You just wonder if it's an authentic reaction or an authentic thought process to get there.
Well, probably not. Like, this is a stretch, a massive fucking stretch, but they're trying to get engagement. And if you go to the top of the article, you'll see that it has like 126 comments, which is pathetic by YouTube standards, and probably means that the thing has less than 10,000 views total. But for Polygon, that's amazing. Like, most of their stuff gets, if they're lucky, 1 or 2 comments. Like, you gotta understand, most people don't read these articles. Very, very few people read Polygon, PC Gamer, and these things these days.
Yeah, you see this, the top one says, I'm glad the site is going under / through changes. They constantly shove articles based off woke ideology and hamper freedom of speech and comments. Maybe, just maybe, they will stop putting forth articles sensationalized to bait and divide, while not giving the voice of people by blocking those they disagree with. They got it. Yeah. So anyways, you know, you're a brain dead moron, boot licking worm. Oh my God. So yes, people are certainly divided by this take. And look, I want to be very clear and fair, because I feel like we are. This is listed as an opinion, whereas other articles are listed as news. You know, I am curious, just curious. Who is, oh, there it is. Maddie Myers, available on Blue Sky. Just curious, Blabs. Do you think Matt? Oh, there it is, Blabs.
She, her, at least. Maybe she, her, they.
Oh, the racial pride flag.
She, her. All right.
She will not be going to Disney Abu Dhabi anytime soon.
Guess not. Oh no. Anyway.
Oh no. Anyways, that's right. So there, I mean, that's just absolutely fascinating. Your video, Arch, has a lot more about this. It's about a 20-minute essay about this, but I just think it's absolutely amazing to see that obviously everything going on is it comes back to this perspective that people with pronouns and bios and rainbow flags generally have, this like kind of victim mentality. America is bad. Gun-toting, you know, people are morons, and yeah, it's like it's such a crazy divide here. And oh, this is interesting. Just looking at Maddie Myers' bio here, she's run Polygon Games since 2020. Prior to that, she worked for Kotaku, the Mary Sue, which, you know, is wonderful. So yeah. Anyways, I just tells you everything you need to know.
They want to have a political angle, and so far, the GTA 6 trailers haven't really had any politics in them, which makes a lot of mainstream gaming media sites upset, because that's all they do these days. Again, Polygon could simply have talked about the trailer and done what everybody else is doing, which is analyzing the trailer and going like, these are 10 things you missed, and look at the bubbles in the beer, etc. But this is what they do. Overanalyze for politics. It's a way for them to try and carve out a niche. And again, it does work for them. They do get, you know, more attention than regular, but not much.
But not much. Not much. Well, we'll see. That's the thing, is we don't know anything about GTA from a gameplay perspective. We just saw some basic story stuff. But it's amazing to see the jump to conclusion that these, and like the importance, as you said, Arch, This is going to be the biggest game in history when it launches. We all know this, which is why they're jockeying right now to position this. Oh, look at this. GTA's on our side right now. When in reality, GTA should be on nobody's side. It is meant to be a parody of society. It should be laughing at everybody and everything. But we know, based off of the changes in culture, that only some people will be mocked in GTA 6, and not everybody, as you'd like to think.
Well, the interesting thing is, I actually agree with PC Gamer for once, because they did another article complaining that there wasn't enough politics in the trailer. They mentioned that it feels more safe now, that it isn't taking any chances, and it isn't being edgy or anything. And that's true, bearing in mind that Grand Theft Auto, when it came out first, was very controversial. Like, it played heavily into this idea that you were the bad guy going around killing civvies for no reason. And you were always a criminal. You were never supposed to be the good guy in these games. And 6 does feel a lot more sanitized. Like, you're being presented with these two characters. They're very sympathetic. They don't do anything particularly ridiculous. Even when you do see them doing crime, it's just in quick little shots here and there. It does feel like the mainstreamification of Grand Theft Auto, to the point where it's not really GTA anymore. It's more like I don't know. I don't even know if we can call it a crime story anymore.
You know, that is that's actually like a really good point. You know, like you're not playing the good guy really in any GTA. You know, and in this, you're like the anti-hero. You're the Stone Cold Steve Austin here, like the bad guy that you root for, I suppose. And it feels like they're definitely positioning that here, you know. And in the case of this article of, like, you know, the girl who's just had bad luck, as opposed to, you know, dealing with the consequences of their actions. So, anyways, it's some amazing stuff and fascinating to see. So, great find, Arch. Great find. Quick update on a story from yesterday, which we'll get to in just a second. But first, I want to let you know, Panic in Skyfaller says, remember Assassin's Creed Shadows 2 hour 30 minute end credit sequence? What if I told you the credits for Expedition 33, the highest rated game ever on Metacritic, was only 7 minutes and 34 seconds long? AAA is triple dead. Panic, and I'm going to write that down. I'm going to post those. I'm going to post those as a quote tweet, and I'll make another 6 cents from that post, which will be great. Expedition 33 credits. All right.
Oh yes, that sweet Twitter ad revenue,
dude. It's so stupid. I see people who are making like thousands of dollars every month on X, and I think the highest check the highest payment, which by the way is awesome. Like, I just for posting bullshit on X, I think the most I made a month was like $70, and that was when I had a post that had 11 million impressions on it. It's like, how does that equate? Doesn't work out very well. Bike Shorts came in and says, I never thought I would agree with Arch with a wild take like that. P.S. Make Blabs stank face and emote.
That should be
Arch
good.
is right. Harvey Weinstein did nothing wrong. I told you.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
He was a martyr. He's wrongfully convicted.
Impa says, I love to see that dude trashing guys who play video games. Say it to the face of George Corpse Grinder Fisher. Look him up, Blabs. George Corpse Grinder Fisher. See if you can find him. Thanks, Impa.
Okay.
Torga says, Bella Ramsey has Robert Zadar chin. Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it right there. All right. And Joey says, I'd rather go to the Dragon Ball theme park in Saudi Arabia than go anywhere near Disney in Abu Dhabi. Keyrock says, how is this different from previous titles? Every GTA has had a corrupt police and an anti-hero as a protagonist. Yeah, you're 100% right. Here's the George Fisher. Maybe, let's see. I don't know, Blabs. You can you can do a little more digging on that. Tenarian says, I got a GTA 6 ad earlier on YouTube. I skipped it. Really don't care about it. Every single GTA game has been underwhelming to me, even San Andreas, which I actually completed because I had nothing else to play at the time. He also says, as a fellow Nordic person, I've never had a taco either. Maybe because I'm bordering on the far side of the North Atlantic Ocean from you guys. Art should bring a bag of European chocolate when he goes to visit you.
Probably melt on the plane, but I should. We have superior chocolates over here in Europe too.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to try your superior chocolate. Sounds gross. It sounded dirty, but it wasn't meant to be. Aramis says, over here standing in my kitchen with my mug, slowly spiraling because Arch's reasoning for Epstein gatekeeping somehow makes sense. I'm going to need a minute. Also, hi, Blabs.
Hello.
It's probably the hottest take we've had on the show in a while. It was quite the take.
What, Harvey?
Yeah, it's Harvey Weinstein take. Oh man, Delta says, "Oh God, didn't Az and Disparu have a conversation with the Robin Hood director? He literally calls himself Director X."
He does. I think he isn't he named like X or something?
Yeah, I think he did call himself Director X. I think that's what it is. Was says, when you come to America, you and side scrollers need to have a range day with Brandon Herrera, a gun tuber. He has an original STG-44 and many other historical firearms you'd be interested in.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
You can go check that out. We do see the rest of your Super Chats, direct donations, and Rumble Rants, and we'll get to every single one of them. We are 6 yellow supers away from hitting our goal today. Quick update from yesterday. We talked about Critical Drinkers video being pulled down because of copyright from HBO. It is back up. Went back up earlier today, and then guess what? I believe it is close to crossing 1 million views. Yes, it has crossed 1 million views. That's amazing how that works out, huh? Did you see that yesterday? That whole nonsense?
I did. But YouTube's copyright and claim and strike system is just utterly broken. So it could be so many reasons. It could be a bot. It could be an asshole employee. It could be a false claim. It's so much. It's such a terrible system. It is such a terrible system.
This is true. Yes, everybody who works on YouTube knows how broken it truly is. All right, a quick hit here, which probably should be bigger news, but we don't really know much about it other than this. But the new Xbox, the new Xbox handheld, which a lot of people have been talking about, has more or less been leaked, and it is a collaboration between Microsoft and Asus. Over here, you can see this is what it looks like. It's called Project Canaan. And here's a nice big look of it for everybody. You can see kind of the visual look of it. And it looks, first impression of this, Arch, I know you're not super interested in really any of this, but because, PC Master Race and stuff. But this looks like something that was made in 1996 for the Super Nintendo.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I'm like, listen, I know nothing about tech. I don't. The only handheld I have right now is my Wii U, my Switch. But this, it's a prototype, so that's one thing. But it doesn't really look that fresh to me.
It totally looks like something that, like an accessory you would have got for your Super Nintendo in 1994.
It's big, clunky, and genuinely kind of looks like a 1960s piece of tech. Like you've just kind of clunked something together. I'm assuming they're trying to do a Steam Deck kind of, and a little bit of Switch style stuff. And I don't know if they can.
Here's the thing with this though, it's a leak, so we don't know like what stage this was. This could have been like the very, very first rough draft prototype stage, right? We don't know. I'm really hoping this isn't what it's gonna look like.
Possibly, and like look at the ventilation on the back there. Like this thing gets hot. Well, this would be uncomfortable to hold, I think.
Something also to notice here is this is only digital. There's no way to put a disc in it. There's that sounds like a, basic, just an observation here. I don't see anywhere you could put a disc in at all. I don't even think it's big enough to put a disc in it, right? So yeah, everything would be digital here or streamed. So just something to consider. People, I saw somebody mention the idea of like, why is the Geeks and Gamers logo on that? Well, it's not. That's the ASUS logo here.
That's hilarious, though.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. The new Xbox thing. I don't know. Many people are going to be buying that personally. I just don't think there's a market for it. The Project Canaan. It's just one of those things. All right, let's go and move on. I'll tell you what, we got a little bit of time. I want to make sure we get to this actor in a cult here. But before we do, Kratos says, this super chat brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play turn-based dark fantasy RPG, and it's Arch's favorite game of all time, even though he's PC Master Race.
It is on PC, though.
But now we know. It is also your favorite game of all time, which is great. We are now 5 yellow supers away from our goal today. Let's see if we can hit that today. Keep our Montez streak rolling. Thank you guys very much for your support. Flexing Mecca says, can you wish a happy birthday to Nick? Great. See how I caught that right there?
Arch can get away with it. Go on, Arch.
No, don't say that.
What do you mean?
No, because I know exactly what was happening right there as it was happening. So thanks, Flexing Mecca.
Listen, he can't get any worse than the whole Harvey Weinstein stuff, so I feel like Arch just might as well just go and say it.
I can deliver my pro-N-word argument.
All right.
Mr. Rich Low Pitch says, first GTA 5
I always want to hear it.
It's not even as spicy as it sounds, honestly.
Go ahead, Arch.
Okay, listen here. The N-word should be a point of pride for the black community, okay? Because it was created as a negative word meant to stereotype, ridicule, and denigrate, and the black community have turned it into a word meaning friend and brother. This is an achievement, not something to be ashamed of.
The more you know.
There you go. Mr. Rich Low Pitch says, first GTA 5 trailer was basically used to show off cutting-edge graphics, and the setting only action showed was a few guys fleeing from the cops. Thank you, Mr. Rich. Go and Shogi says, in the Abu Dhabi parks, Goofy and Pluto sleep all outside only. I like that. Denarian says, again, as a fellow Nordic man who has actually been to Texas, I must ask Arch to beware the sun when he goes to visit. Texas has that angry Super Mario World sun that swoops down at you in the summer. This is true.
Lots of sun luck.
Hey, Modest came in and says, hey, bada bing! Bella Ramsey was miscast as Ellie. A more appropriate role would have been a sloth. It would have been sloth in the Goonies too. The Goonering. Arrivederci, mi amigos. Also carrots and cucumbers on a taco. What the fuck? Thanks, Modest. Appreciate that. Benjamin says, I get the feeling that Arch is I don't even know what that means. What is even happening here? What is he saying with Benjamin right there, Arch?
Dark Dwarf, I think.
There you go. Is that true?
I think so.
Yes. Okay. You are a dark dwarf creature. Thank you, Benjamin.
Dwarves and elves were very different in Norse history. The dwarves were mostly the good guys, and elves were like evil fairies.
Okay. We do know that elves are, in fact, evil fairies.
That's also true.
This is true. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this interview that I saw. And it's an interview on a small channel called the Gurus and Game Changers podcast. Now, this is an interview that was released 2 weeks ago. It has 857 views. I'm going to encourage you guys to go watch this entire thing because it is a fascinating 29 minutes and 17 seconds to listen to. But I wanted to kind of pick a couple segments out here because as I was listening to this, I was floored by some of the analogies that he used and some of the things that we are seeing in society today, specifically when it comes to being in a cult. Now, the title of this is TV Star Escapes Cult After 20 Years. And he goes in depth about how he was lured into the cult, how he got out of the cult, and all the things that happened inside the cult, and how he realized he was in a cult, and the shame he felt once he realized that he was in a cult, despite people telling him over and over and over again, hey, you're in a cult, and him just totally disregarding it. But the actor here is a guy named Dar Dixon, and he is like the epitome of like the guy that you've seen in that thing. Okay. His acting career, Dar Dixon, actor and producer, renowned actor, producer, director, whose remarkable career in Hollywood is only one facet of his extraordinary life. He's moved 80 times, and he's been in like a lot of CSI shows, which is a big show here in the United States. You saw CSI Vegas, CSI Los Angeles. He's been in a bunch of like, shorts.
NCIS.
That's what I meant. Whatever. So he was in Silicon Valley for an episode. He's been in a lot of things like once, as you can tell from his IMDb here. I guess he had a regular occurring role, 7 episodes on The Young and the Restless, Grey's Anatomy an episode. So he's been in like a lot of things that you have seen, and he's just kind of like a dude, right? But he's a working actor. He's done very well for himself. So with that said, I want to show you this interview here and get your thoughts on some of the things he said. A lot of people go, how does this happen? How do you become a member of a cult? Which he answers right here. And as you're listening to this, just tell me if you feel like there's some similarities to some of the things that was happening.
The question you're really asking me, I'm hearing, maybe I'm wrong, is how the hell does this happen? Because you don't seem like a whack job, right?
How the hell does this happen? I wouldn't go to second half. I mean, yeah, no, you don't seem like a whack job. Let me restate. No, but I mean, that was one of my first questions when I first heard about you, or anybody who gets involved in something like this. How does that even happen? How do you believe this guy?
This is the answer. No one raises their hand and says, hey, I want to be in a cult. You meet someone, you meet a group of people, you meet a couple people, you meet the person themselves, like in my case, and you get love bombed. That's the first thing, right? You're so fabulous. You're so amazing. Mark, God, your arms are so muscular. Jeez, your hair. I mean, it's amazing. You have the hair of a 20-year-old. Stacy, I swear to God, I can just smell the amazing coming off of you. And you're laughing. But when you're in, you usually
I get it.
You're in a vulnerable place is usually what happens. And what happens is there's an emotion.
I get love bombing. Right.
That's how they get their hooks in you.
Are you living with him?
You're muted.
And everything grows silent.
Sorry, does that sound familiar to anybody? The idea that you're affirming people, you're telling them how great they are, how everybody else doesn't love them, but we love you. We love you. You're so great. I just my radar went up immediately when I heard this and was like, oh shit. Like I've never really heard that explained that way. This oh, you're the best. But I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
It's the Skittles agenda.
Well, it's actually a well-established way of making cults and exclusionary groups. I've been trying to remember the name of the book and the author now for the last few minutes, and I'm completely spacing, but it was a very interesting piece that it basically outlined all of the steps of a cult and how you build the cult. And one of the initial steps is the love bombing, where you affirm them to bring them into your group, make them feel good by being around you. Then the next step then is to try to separate them from other people. Oh, your family, they don't understand you like we do. Then you slowly increment that along with the love bombing to isolate them from others. Oh yeah, but they're bigots. They're racist. And they don't understand like we do. That is how you construct a cult.
It reminds me of those YouTube videos. Sorry, I didn't interrupt, but like it reminds me of those weirdos on like TikTok who like dress as a woman. Not Dylan Mulvaney, but the other one who like preys on children. He's like, your families don't love you. Blah blah blah. I'm your family now. Like stuff like that. Like it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, this is well established. There's an entire science around how you isolate people from their families, thereby making them more vulnerable and making them more open to suggestion of cult-like behavior. Especially when you have cults that are in positions of power, like, for example, the Scientology, for example, where you had a lot of very influential members. So that if you want to be an actor in Hollywood, you've got to be a member of this club. And this club does some weird shit, but you just gotta go with it if you want to be in.
Well, so let's talk about some of the weird shit, because he actually talks about that. And once again, further parallels between some of the things that we see in society and the things that he mentions here. So just give this a second or so here.
Something a lot of cults have in common is they devolve into physical abuse, into sexual abuse, into crime, into confrontations with law enforcement.
Oh yeah.
We've seen it over and over. How much of that did you see? How bad was it? How prevalent was it?
All of it. It was bad. I saw and was involved in a lot of stuff. Quick side note. One of the biggest hurdles any person in a cult has to overcome is dealing with the fact that you were party to criminal acts,
right?
Sexual criminal acts, theft, violence, whatever it may be, right? And you didn't say anything because you were afraid to say something, or because you knew it could cost you your life or your safety or your well-being. You know, sure. We all do some stuff we regret. So every cult always starts out as this grand idea.
Take a second, listen to what he's about to say here. Every cult starts with the grand idea, but...
And it always eventually slides hate speech, racism, misogyny, patriarchy, sexual crimes, financial crimes, assault, stockpiling weapons, stockpiling food, stockpiling power, anti-government rhetoric. Nothing new. It happens all the time.
So, once again, I heard that and I was like, wow, that is crazy. And we are seeing this in our society like nuts. And as you said, Blabs, it's the Skittles agenda. I guess, yeah. You know, that Arch, when you're hearing this, this sounds like something you're like, oh, I already knew all this.
Yeah, because this is the second step. To tie you in with the community, once you've isolated them and you need them to commit to you, you need them to do something that they know is wrong. Because it does two things. It demonstrates their commitment to the group, and it makes them incapable of leaving the group for fear of public condemnation. Diddy's sex parties, for example. Okay, Bieber, you want to be in the group? Well, they have a bottle of baby oil.
Oh, and even, the worst thing about that is his mom just letting him go. Ugh.
Imagine that. Yes, son, I know you're going to get railed by multiple grown men at this party, but... Mommy
but you're in. But you're in the cult. And that's good, you know. You're in the group. Well, you touched on something, Arch, the idea of you don't want to be ostracized. You don't want to be, like, you're already in, and you don't want to be pushed out, right? But there's a moment here, and I'm going to continue this from this point. This is about another 90-second clip. Talks about how he got out and why he got out. And it actually, you know, remember they're stockpiling weapons, they're stockpiling, you know, that they all these things that they're doing, they're committing all sorts of fraud. So they get the shit kicked out of them by the police, right? And listen to how this goes.
The thing that finally kind of the lights came on, this was late 1996. It was a simple traffic stop. Couldn't pull over these windy roads in the western hills of North Carolina. And we drive a quarter of a mile from the restaurant we left to this lake house that we inhabited. When we finally parked in the driveway, the cop comes up to the window, grabs my friend, rips the door open, grabs him, pulls him out, and just starts beating the hell out of him with a bag flashlight. That just devolved into a horrible beating of my friend and myself. And that's when I was like, okay, okay, time to leave.
Time to go.
And the thing that really caused me, like, okay, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, I've got a lot of, you know, the law's coming after me. I could do jail time, all this stuff. The thing that bothered me the most was the betrayal of my friends.
I'm confused. I'm sorry. So wait, so someone pulled you over. Was it a
Police officer.
Police officer pulled you over and beat you.
Correct.
Then that became too much for you, and you said, "Okay, this is getting too
Oh, yeah.
incendiary. I got to get out."
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where did you go?
Yeah, what'd you do?
What's the next
I
step?
came back to California.
And to whom? To someone?
My parents showed me more grace than I deserved.
Aw.
So he gets the shit kicked out of him from the cop. And while, yes, that was bad, his true shame was the idea of leaving the cult. Like, wow. I was kind of amazed by that.
Therapeutic beatings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need
Some
more of
people
that,
need a
Noah.
good slap, you know?
Yeah.
And in this case, too, the only reason why he got out was because there was still a support structure waiting for him. The family was still willing to take him back in and help him out after everything. So the cult didn't finish its job, I guess.
Well, and to further that home, right? He had the support system. He went back to his parents, and his parents were there waiting for him. And he continues on saying, at this point, he was 35 years old. He was 35 years old, and his parents welcomed him back. Like, it's never too late, you know? And you wonder, like, it took a pretty dramatic and traumatic moment in his life for him to kind of truly wake up and realize, like, yo, this has probably gone on a little bit too far, you know? As he's witnessing all these weird sex things, they're doing all these illegal activities. And it finally woke him up. And he's like, whoa, like, shit, I should probably get out of this. He later goes on to say it took him 3 extra years, 3 years before he actually recognized that he was in a cult, despite people telling him over and, hey, dude, you're in a cult. You're in a cult. You're in a cult. And he didn't want to believe it until he did, until it kind of slapped him in the face. So pretty amazing story. I encourage you guys to go watch the entire interview. But
I put the link in the description for you guys.
Thank you. And the similarities, as I said, to what we're seeing in society today, the division that we see with certain parts of society, I see direct lines of correlation there. And when people say, hey, you're in a cult, I can at least say, no, you're in a fucking cult. like, it's there. It's all right there. So amazing stuff. Amazing. Thank you for letting me share that with you guys, because that was something it's been on my list to share with you guys for about a week. So,
Interesting for sure.
yeah.
We should have them on someday.
Those the interviewers, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. Why not? I haven't really seen much more of what they do outside of that singular interview, but it was good. Yeah. All right. Mercenary says this cult stuff is the norm in Hollywood. Yes. They're trying to pull this in the gamer side. Mm-hmm. Also, a good number of cult lead back to bankers. All right.
I mean, there's a lot of like a half confirmed like rumors and conspiracy theory level stuff, like the spirit cooking debacle. Don't Google that.
I will not. Arch, I have a pretty steadfast rule. I don't really Google a whole lot of what you talk about on this show.
Probably for the best, yes.
Oh,
although, if you ever want to late at night scare yourself a little bit, look it up and you'll see some stuff.
Sounds good. All right. We are going to hit the rest of your super chats in a minute. But before we do, I want to get to this one last little quick hit here. Which, look, we know that Twitch are just a bunch of giant hypocrites, right? It's a rules for thee, but not for me, with a number of creators on their platform, right? Hassan should have been banned forever. He is the king of hate speech on that platform. He is supporting a terrorist organization. You saw Tectone over here, who's another streamer. I'm not familiar with him, but he actually got suspended for criticizing Frogan, who was who's like one of Hassan's little cronies, and he got suspended for calling her like a fat bitch. And
Don't forget the person who got suspended for like just showing Hassan's interview on Twitch, and he got like suspended for all the bad shit that Hassan was saying, but Hassan's live stream never got hit.
Yes. Well, now this guy, Tectone, is like under attack from Hassan. And after he was unbanned from Twitch, he went on this podcast. I'm not familiar with what show this is. I'm sorry. It just says Eggy Army on the bottom of it. And he was talking about how he got unbanned. And I found this very, very interesting.
It's never banned me. I wouldn't have done it. And I think that's the reason why I got unbanned, to be honest. I don't think they unbanned me because they felt bad and they realized they were wrong. I think they unbanned me because they saw how fucking successful I was on fucking YouTube, as well as all of the pushback on Twitter saying, why the fuck did you ban this dude when this fat fuck Frogan is still walking free every single fucking day? Well, not walking, more like slowly, begrudgingly, like out of
slurping
breath.
around.
Yes.
So when they unbanned you, were they like, oh, this whole thing was a mistake, you can go and call Frogan fat now all you want, or what? Like, what happened?
I got unbanned and I was told to leave her alone. That is what I was told. I was told, leave Frogan alone and this won't happen again. So
literally you were told, leave Frogan alone.
Yes. Literally told, leave Frogan alone. Yes.
Nice.
So I could even DM you the screenshot.
So the idea of like, hey, just don't talk about this person. Let Frogan do their thing. You're not allowed to speak about them in a negative way. What do you guys think about that?
That's Twitch. We all know it. So
I'd also want to see that email too, to make sure and verify that that is exactly what Twitch is saying, just for my own eyes. Rather than said he said she said kind of thing. But it's Twitch. What else is new with them?
Right. Would anybody doubt it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't doubt it, but I also want to verify it.
Right.
Trust but verify. Very Russian of you.
Yes. That's
well,
done yet.
I still very much feel like this Frogan cat is like a plant. I don't buy this. They just kind of popped up out of nowhere. They are just somebody who kind of appeared out of nowhere, and they have now 65,000 followers over on
Gross.
Yeah.
60 for that?
Yeah.
It's an ogre. It's Twitch's ogre.
Well,
Purple
she's been
ogre.
artificially pushed on Twitch for a long time. She was Twitch's up-and-coming star twice.
Yes.
Somehow.
Well, there we are.
Having a conscience really just hinders your entertainment and internet stuff.
This is a controversial take. It says diced cucumbers with lime as a topping / side in Mexico.
Hell
yes,
yeah,
but they're
why
not.
not?
They're not in the taco. Shows
You're
up.
just retarded, Craig. Admit it.
No, I'm not. I'm accurate. Nash Thunderclap says the portable Xbox is part of the ROG Ally 2 line. The question is, will it run Windows like the Ally 1 or the original Xbox OS? Good question, Nash. I guess we'll find out soon. Bentley came in with the 10, says, I mentioned in your X post, Craig, that my wife and I visited Abu Dhabi in 2017. We went to Ferrari World, and I only rode one roller coaster. I'll share the photo on Locals for y'all to laugh at. I look forward to it. Thank you very much, Bentley guy. Appreciate that. We are 5 yellow supers away from continuing our Montez streak. Let's go and knock that out. Tenarian came in at the 10, says, I know that some black people have different reactions to hard and soft R's in the N word, but I wonder, what do they think of someone rolling the R? Would Flawed give Arch the pass?
Gives everyone the pass.
I'm immediately thinking of how that would sound like now, and I kind of enjoy it.
I can't roll my R, so I can't even do it.
Oh my gosh. We have, hey, look at this. Manic Hantor is a brand new Plus member over at Side Scrollers Plus. Love that. Thank you guys very much. Quick reminder, you can use promo code RAID and get $30 off your annual membership over at sidescrollersplus.com. Get access to more or less all of our other content over there. And you can also become a free member just to give it a go over there. Give it up for Skip with the 20. Says, good evening, side scrollers. Arch, thanks for putting me on to Door Kickers 2. It's fantastic and should be considered for the Real Game Awards.
It's a very good game.
What is Door Kickers 2?
Tactical strategy where you command members of special forces operating in Novarakistan.
Well, all right. Sounds good. All right, let's go to get to the rest of our supers here, Blabs, and see if we can get to Montez.
Okay. Future for 10 says, read Road to Jonestown by Jeff Gwynn. Thank you very much. Visitor, member for 2 months, says, this is a message to the unmarried men who love Disney and dancing. Do not, I repeat, do not go to Disneyland in Abu Dhabi. Oh my. Canna says, reminds me of a story I heard about how a bunch of guys got together to work on cars and have a few beers while their wives would just sit on the patio and smack talk them. Moral of the story, it's not about the car, it's about a shit test. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
Dave says, darts are so childish. Jarts. Anyone? Honey Badger says, Blabs likes to measure wand sizes. Arch is like a bird. He has to eat rocks to digest his food because his stomach is too weak.
No.
Little birdie.
I'm sure after American food, I'm going to need to.
Probably.
Can't wait.
Hannah, for once, says tacos are just Mexican hot dogs. Changed my mind. Also says, Blabs, they prefer to be called short kings these days instead of the midgets. No, those are different. Midgets are entirely different. Canna, for one, says, it's your boy, Raid Shadow Legends.
Let's go.
Benjamin says, Raid like the bug spray, TRGA next year, Craig.
No.
Miku says, can I put my balls in your jaws?
No, Miko, you can't.
B. Barrett says, Craig is gaslighting Blabs, or should I say glass lightning, because of your Rachel Maddow glasses. Merson says, see you later, catch the VOD. Also, Blabs fired. Yes.
Thanks, Merson.
And Marksman says, Craig, I have another game you can play. This one is SF. Oh, we got this one.
Oh, yeah, we got that earlier. Yeah.
Shout out, streaming ads. Thanks for clearing. All right, we're caught up.
Yeah, we are caught up. All right, awesome. We have plane talk. Should we hold that for tomorrow?
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd do that. Let's go.
You want to get to plane talk?
Yes.
All right, here we go. It's plane talk.
Plane talk.
Even improved Craig. Oh, he's back.
There we go. Yeah, weird. This was quite interesting to see.
And you did the wrong plane talk, by the way.
No, I did the right plane talk.
No.
We have this from Frontier Airlines. As Archie, are you familiar with Frontier Airlines?
I can't say I am, no.
No, you should not be. Frontier Airlines goes viral after a man tried to check in to a flight 30 minutes before, but the employees refused to check in while filming and mocking the passenger. Let's go check out this video here and see what you guys think. That has almost 2 million views over on X.
I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Please leave, sir.
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. Check in.
And you're not getting on your flight. It's the Mayday flight. You did. And you think, you're gonna check me in. I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you
Yeah,
paid
I paid for a
$25
ticket.
for agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I.
Get on your flight.
I just said that I would pay the
And you thought you
$25.
were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you were gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check.
We don't control that. And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in.
Oh.
And you not in your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space. You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
So it goes on for another 30 seconds or so. But
Did she get in his face?
What's that?
Does she get into his face?
No, she goes around on the backside and she walks off, which she probably should have a long time ago, But how quickly should these women have been fired?
Instantaneously.
Like before their shift was over, They should have been fired,
Yeah.
right? Arch, thoughts on that?
He wants to say the N-word.
I do, just a little bit.
Please don't.
Society makes me racist. I wasn't born this way. I can launch an argument in defense of them as well to keep it clear. Because if you arrived 30 minutes before, you're supposed to be coming like 2 hours before flights these days. So,
but I'll say this: shouldn't they at least attempt to get them on the plane?
Well,
Policy. There's usually a policy, isn't it? Isn't there something like you can't get on unless X amount of minutes beforehand the flight leaves? Like, I swear there was something like that where it's like either 15 minutes before the plane leaves, whatever it is, something like that. There's a certain policy. I swear I saw that once. So.
There probably is. I mean, even then, they shouldn't be being actively antagonistic.
Yeah, they shouldn't be so rude and nasty back. It's their job to be calm, like de-escalate the situation, call a manager, something like that. Don't film, don't antagonize. Like, if you want to film, fine, because you want to make sure that everything is as you say, right? But like,
yes,
the attitude and like no, they were in the wrong.
I think you hit it, Arch. The idea that they're actively antagonizing him, that's the issue here. Like, if you have a policy that says you can't get on, and you just say, sir, we have a policy, you can't get on the flight, you're here within 30 minutes, we need you here within 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. You know, if we can try to book you on another flight so you can get home later on today, instead of, and you thought you were going to get on your flight. You know, like, that's where the issue comes into play.
The antagonism of it all is the problem.
Do you think that they will, do you think they'll be fired?
I mean, I would hope so. This is hardly the correct service you should be giving to a customer, regardless of the situation.
Yeah, I hope so, but I kind of doubt.
I bet we see an update for this.
There was this thing. It said in the video he would pay the extra fee. It was $25. Yeah, there's something about like him paying the extra fee with $25. If you pull it back up, but what was the fee exactly?
The fee
it says
itself,
it in the caption of the video.
Yeah,
They pay $25 agent assist fee to check in. What is an agent assist fee?
I
Like,
guess
they just help you check in.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that's like normal. That's what those employees do. That's their job. Why do you have to pay them more? What?
I don't know. That's crazy, man. That is crazy, and they 100% should have been fired a long time ago. Like, whenever this was recorded, like I said, they shouldn't have made it towards their end to the end of their shift. That's crazy. Blabs, you can read that one.
Wait a second. So before we did this was with Frontier Airlines, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I went and Googled on Frontier. Airport agent assistance. Here at Frontier, we make optional services available to you to personalize your travel. Airport agent assistance is available for purchase for our passengers who prefer assistance at the airport for things like checking in and printing your boarding pass. You have to pay for that shit with Frontier? That's literally free everywhere else. It's like, hey, I'm confused. How does this machine work? Help me. Are you fucking for real? You have to pay $25 for that?
Comes with the cheap ticket, Blabs.
Not that, man. Hell no.
They nickel and dime. They nickel and dime you. That's the whole
That's
premise.
nuts. Anyway, Raptor says, as a black man, this ninja bitch in a nutshell.
Thanks, Raptor Kratos. Appreciate that.
What?
Commodore fan says, nothing but a bunch of middle coins. All right, thank you. Tenarian says that's 6 $10 donations. Can Poppy come out to play? Blabs, you got Poppy for Arch over here?
I feel like Arch has seen Poppy before, though.
I hope so.
There's Poppy. She seems dangerous. Arch is into the crazy ones. He's like wood.
Yeah.
Not dangerous enough.
Not dangerous enough.
Yeah, small e-thoughts. I feel no danger from this.
Are you kidding me? She probably has like a knife in her back pocket. Yeah.
I have disarmed women before, Blabs. A knife does not scare me.
I feel like we need story time with Arch. And
I
he
agree.
just talks about all these things over on Plus.
Yeah.
'Cause they probably wouldn't be YouTube friendly.
Relationship advice with Arch. I think
That's right.
that's brilliant. I love everything about that. Delta says only listen to the audio, but the one guy Tectone is talking to sounds like Destiny's one and longest real life friend, Dan. Dan has a couple years of trying to kill Twitch, which I'm all for. Thank you, Delta. Appreciate that. All right. Great stuff today, guys. Thank you very much for your support, allowing us to do this on a day-to-day basis. We encourage you guys to head over to sidescrollersplus.com and use the promo code RAID, RAID, to get $30 off your annual membership, so we don't have to take the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship deal. We still may. I don't know. We'll see. but maybe Blabs can play it. If you want to give Plus a try, use promo code SHADOW to try a free month on us. We'd love for you guys to give it a go. With that said, guys, you can find Arch over on the Archcast channel. He has some excellent stuff over there. You got any? I saw the video about Polygon today. Do you have anything else planned, Arch?
I will be doing a video on why Grimdark can be a very lazy setting idea later in relevance to Trench Crusade. But that's a little bit while off still.
Okay. Now we know. Guys, do us a favor. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate your support.
Wait, I got some Plus tips that just came in.
Oh,
Wistful
yay.
says these ladies are ratchet as hell. And then Future for Two says we didn't see how the guy was acting before he hit the record button. Maybe he deserved it.
Sure.
Entirely possible.
There you go. Guys, have a great rest of your day. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.